All right, so in section 4, we're looking at multiplying integers. And so I wanted to look at a couple problems from the homework, but I also want to look at the text to look at the rules. So basically the rules are, if you're multiplying two integers and they're the same, your answer is going to be positive. If you're multiplying two integers and they're opposite of each other, and they have different signs, the answer is going to be negative. So if two numbers are the same sign, positive. If two numbers are different signs, then it's negative. So that's with multiplying and dividing, as we will find out. So they also, on page 51, they just have some rules and properties of multiplication that I want to make sure that you look at. The commutative property, associative property, the property of 0, and the property of 1 when multiplying. So make sure that you pay attention to those for me, please. So looking at a couple of examples, I have two numbers that are multiplying, number 3, and when I multiply two numbers that are multiplying and they are the same sign, these are both negative, my answer will be positive. Good. And so then we just multiply the numbers 4 and 4 and we'll get 16. So a negative 4 times a negative 4 is a positive 16. Another one to look at is number 8. There's 3 values. So there's a rule, if you have an even number of negatives, your answer is going to be a positive. If you have an odd number of negatives, your answer is going to be negative. So here we have 2 negative values. And we'll see that since I have 2 negative values, my answer should be positive. So we would just multiply these numbers across. Also with number 14 is a word problem. It is in the multiplying section, so that would maybe make you believe that you're going to multiply some of these numbers together, which in the most case is true. But please think about why we are multiplying these numbers, because again, when you get to your test, it's going to be all scrambled together. So the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So you have a healthcare provider for a company that estimates that 81 hours per week are lost by employees suffering from stress-related or preventable illness. In a 52-week year, how many hours are lost? So each week, per week, there's 81 hours. And again, we have 52 weeks in a year. So does it make sense that we should be multiplying these numbers? And if we're looking at how many hours are lost, 81, we could maybe think of lost being a negative number. But I just think since they've asked us how many are lost, we're just looking for a product of these two positive numbers. And then lastly, just looking at number 18. This one's just to get you to think about what's coming in the future courses. So what number do you multiply by negative 2 to get a positive 14? So if I have negative 2 to get a positive 14, what would I multiply it by? So I just want you to think about that and see if you can get that one on your own. I'm going to do a small supplement for number 3 and number 8.